And so you're an expert on foreign versus American men. I feel like being raised in France and then coming here, and it must have been a culture shock.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but at the end of the day, a guy is a guy. But it's true. I've
So
seen
guys
like,
are
some
pieces of
differences.
shit no matter where you
come
go.
on, Tyrone.
Whether you call
I
them
did
merde or pieces of shit, it's everything all over the world. And then we have Rachel in the building who works in the industry. And so you are an expert on industry men.
Sure, I'll go with that.
All you have to do is be yourself.
Okay, cool.
And that is what makes you an expert, especially since you've been around industry men. You probably have some insight onto what
And
you
some
think.
stories.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of stories.
I promised myself to never date in that industry.
In
There
the
you go.
industry?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh gosh, here we go. No, there's nothing actually wrong with it. I've been in a relationship with someone from. I feel like this could sound very hypocritical of me, but there are, like, for me personally, I don't know. It's a combination of things, but I feel like I know what it's like being there, and in that sense, maybe I have some understanding, like, on that end of, like, I mean, there's a lot that.
Actually, you haven't said anything.
Yeah,
You've
you know
literally
what?
not
I'm
said
stalling.
a
I'm
single.
so sorry.
So
complete
are
sentence.
they the temptations, the
Yeah.
competition?
So no, we
the
don't know what you mean.
schedule.
Of everything.
Or just-
And I think primarily.
I think
it's
we
the
should see other
schedule.
people. It's not
schedule.
me, it's you. Like, you have this thing where
It's
you
the
think
schedule.
we're in
Here,
your
I'll be
mind.
honest.
So what about the schedule?
It's that, like, a lot of times that work requires you, especially in theater, maybe not so much film and TV, but a lot of times that work requires you to be out of town for long periods of time. You're going on tour. You have to literally move out of town. So you're like in my past, it was that they had to move to a different state. So
Wow.
Do you think
that was primarily.
Do you think that
the
people in
problem.
the industry are more selfish?
Guys in the industry, people in general, not necessarily. Honestly, part of the reason that I love being in this, I know a lot of people who are sort of where I am. They're trying to get there. They're trying to make it, and I feel like surprisingly not.
Isn't the whole concept of, like, I want to be a star, I want to be the star of the show and everything, that's, like, kind of a really self-centered concept.
That's
That
a
would
good
be
point, but-
like me saying a mom liking to be needed and wanted by her children is selfish. Is it? Mom?
Absolutely not.
Okay then. So back to the industry.
I mean, it depends what you're in it, like what you're in it for. So maybe some people, but
Yeah.
I definitely don't think everyone. Like, I've known some incredible, like, selfless, humble people.
Yeah.
A lot of humble
A
people.
mom wanting
Jesus
her
Christ,
children to love
superstar.
her and want her, that's just wanting to have a healthy relationship with her children. That's
Well,
what
but-
that is.
Tehran, the mom gives back. So the mom puts a lot of
Entertainers
hours.
give back. The reason
A
why
lot of
people
hours.
don't wear fur is because of Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie fur shamed the entire planet.
But some people still do.
Yeah, and the people who do, people shame them because they're like, the animal is murder, and murder is, and we get those messages because of a lot of
So we're
those
talking
same
about
selfish
using
celebrities.
the voice, the platform for the common good.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about scheduling the available hours, the mom
Oh yeah, in that case, my priority is
remains
work.
available.
Well, it seems like there's, like, a bunch of different reasons why someone would want to be a star. Either because they like the creative work, they want to be an actor, or they have a message and they want to get this platform, or they just want to be a star.
Yeah.
And that kind of person, I would imagine, is, like, a little bit self-centered.
Well, I'd hope that they'd like being in it for the art as well, and like the skill of actual.
Yeah. No, I just want to be a star. Here's the thing about it, right? Do you feel that American men are more difficult to deal with than French men? Raquel?
No, Frenchmen are so dramatic. Like, honestly, I've cried more because of French guys than American guys.
Wow.
So, like, I don't, maybe it's just my experience, but, like, I mean, I've been here for, like, 6 years now, because I just ended school, and it took a long time because I had to learn English and everything, and so along all that time, I had time to date, like, Americans, French, and even people from, everywhere, like, everywhere. And
Like where?
honestly,
No, we don't know everywhere. We like complete sentences on this show. Rachel. Yes.
From where? From England, from Israel, from like the East Coast, from Mexico, or from Venezuela once. and from Switzerland.
Yeah. Guys from the East Coast are a different breed altogether. I agree.
So our perception of French men in America is that they're more romantic, but you said more dramatic.
They are. Well, it's like a package deal.
Okay.
Yes, they're like more romantic, and like also I feel maybe it's because of the language, but like if someone says to me "je t'aime" or "I love you," like "je t'aime" will resonate more. In me. Like, it will really touch me more. Like, and even like I mean I've had like American boyfriend and they told me "je t'aime" and not "I love you" because they knew like it was doing something else to me. But like really it's a package deal. Like they're more romantic, but they're also more impulsive and more. Or maybe it's just the guys I've met. I don't know, but it's really what happens.
So, in one hand, entertainment men are more difficult than civilian men. On the other hand, American men are less difficult than foreign men. And, Raizel, are married men easier to deal with than single men?
What does that actually mean?
I mean, what it means is a married man a lot easier? Are they more conducive? Do they do more? Or do they do less? Did you feel like your
So you're
partner
asking
tried
if
harder?
a married man is more of a tamed kind of man?
Exactly.
Tamed is a little committed.
I was going to use the word tamed. I actually whipped.
Your best friend Menachem, who's no longer George, doesn't strike me as tamed. He strikes me as committed and solid.
Yeah.
Whipped.
Your best friend,
Yeah. That's
who replaced me.
he's upset.
Proud to have had that effect.
George is very jealous of Menachem. I spend time with Menachem. Sometimes I don't pick up George's call because I'm on the phone with Menachem.
Yeah,
At
but
the
he
same
still
time,
comments on my photos.
There are times where Menachem is upset because I pick up your phone call.
Okay.
Right, Ray?
I mean, I'm rooting for Menachem.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're all rooting.
that's a good wife. That is a good wife.
Yeah.
Let's get to know you guys a little better. We play
like
a
that.
couple games. One of the games we play is called Either Or. Now, let me explain the rules of this game. Something is going to tell me that it's going to be difficult for you because the game is called Either Or. Okay. We encourage you to choose either or. So one or the other, not both, not neither. We encourage it because that's how the game works. And we may or may not psychoanalyze you when it's done. May or may not.
Jump into it.
All right. So our first either or is veggie patty or chicken sandwich.
Let us know who you want.
All three.
All three.
Feel
Just
free to
jump
chime
right
Saying
in.
it at the same
No,
time.
no. It's not
Chicken
a
sandwich.
Yeah,
choreograph.
chicken sandwich.
I feel like I'll go with chicken sandwich just because social.
Interesting. Chicken sandwich. Rachel was a victim of groupthink.
Well, Rachel,
Apologize in advance.
the chicken sandwich over.
Meat is murder.
Over. Well, poultry. But it's still meat, right? Over the veggie patty.
Interesting.
You like to go for the kill when you take on a task. So if you take on a task, you don't dance around it. You don't wait. When you commit to something, like our wonderful Nahum has committed to marriage and to his best friendship with Tehran, you go all the way and you get it done. When you see the veggie patty, it's, just mashed up vegetables. It didn't take a sacrifice. And you, Rachel, are willing to do the ultimate sacrifice for your goals.
I agree with that.
I love how you guys got there from
That
the
was
chicken
wow,
sandwich
that was
and
on
the veggie
point.
burger.
I gotta say,
Thank
you
you.
really like.
And you might enjoy the crispiness too.
But I do have to give a shout out to the Impossible Burger.
The Impossible
Yeah.
Burger
Yeah.
is lit.
It's a good
It's
burger.
The
lit.
Impossible Burger, is it a chicken sandwich?
No,
Is it a veggie patty?
that tastes like meat and looks like meat
apparently the
and
most-
acts like meat
Okay, so
because
it's
it
a
has the
veggie.
Try
juice.
It's a veggie patty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I was just making sure we're still playing either or. That's all. Raizel.
What's
No.
your question?
The question was, you answered it. I'm waiting for George's interpretation.
My analysis is
Yes.
this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Well, let me just meditate for a second. All right. The chicken sandwich, it simply tastes better to you, and you're okay with making a decision.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I'll give you a hint. The chicken sandwich is more delicious. So
There you go.
Really, you read my mind.
There we go.
You read my mind.
There we go.
Excellent. Raquel.
Raquel, you wish that the chicken sandwich symbolizes the corpse of a Frenchman who was too dramatic. And you killed him and ate him.
That was a bit harsh. That was
Yeah.
actually a bit.
Honestly, it's just because I like chicken, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not 100% accurate all the
She
time.
does like drama though.
Also, she's a killer.
because I'm also French, so obviously, like all of my relationships are usually like really intense. Like
Yeah.
even
All
if
of your
you're
relationships are chicken sandwiches.
Yeah,
So I was on to something. So I was on to something.
Yeah. I understand.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So lesbians. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's just all girls. Chicken sandwich. I feel like that none of you are very prissy women who like to beat around the bush. You like to get to the point. And that's what a chicken sandwich represents, right? It's like, it's not like you know what you want, you like it, you go after it. It is what it is. And then, Rachel, you decided to go with groupthink a little, even though you shot out the Impossible Burger.
I had to.
Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, good
Let's
observation.
talk about your feelings.
Astute
Gosh.
observation.
Why did you choose chicken?
Oh, I feel like
Did you want to not be seen as the
Instinctively.
veggie patty?
Were you pressured?
Did you feel
know what,
like
it might be a little-
you don't want to be the veggie patty girl in a world of chicken sandwich eaters?
you know what? No, I don't mind being the veggie patty girl. I'll rep the Impossible Burger.
I don't know, George. Those arms are folded pretty
Yeah,
tight.
yeah.
Those arms are folded. That wall is up.
Communication. That's defensive.
I think we
Jeez.
could be an everything girl, and then when you say like, "Oh, you guys know what you
Either
want," the
or.
truth is
Either
that sometimes
or.
I know what I want, sometimes I don't, and I can be all of that in one.
Adaptable.
Thank you. Yeah. That sounds like every girl when you go, hey, what do you want to get to eat? I don't know, whatever you want. All right, let's go to Wendy's. No, I hate Wendy's. Okay, what about Subway? No, I don't feel like Subway. Then why don't you just freaking tell me what you want? Why didn't you start with that first?
Tron, who hurt you?
Everyone. And you.
All right, what's the next either or, my friend?
Either or. Here's the white or black.
Is it?
It's all three of you,
Oh,
so
okay, cool.
well, you
'Cause
know.
I'm like,
You want to start
I'll
first
let you
this time?
go first.
Black.
What are we talking about?
It's your
Smart.
interpretation.
Smart.
White or black?
I enjoy chocolate over vanilla,
Oh.
but I'm married to a white man, so I'll put that out there.
Well, no. Either or.
What are we talking about?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know what you are talking about. Hence, we want your answer. Your interpretation is part of the solution. White or black?
White.
Okay, racist. What would you
I knew
want?
that was gonna
What
happen.
would you like? to- No pressure.
I have to go with black. I feel like black is like my go-to color sometimes.
Black.
when I'm
You wear
having
black.
coffee.
You wear a lot of black. Yeah. So, okay, interesting. Okay,
Oh.
George, would you like to take this away?
Black. Strong, courageous, fierce, not scared to take on someone who's dramatic. And you're wearing a black sweater. Black on the other end of the table.
I've actually noticed that Raquel often wears a black dress.
There we go.
Yeah.
The other end of
Yeah,
the
there's
table.
a full I can explain later.
What's the reason?
No, so truth is, I did not grow up observant. So I don't know if you I am an observant Jew. For those who don't know, but I didn't I used to wear pants and everything, and for me it was really my challenge in to wear skirts and everything. So to wear this legging underneath, it's it helped me with the transition, and just because I love sneakers, that just matches with everything. So I have so many of those skirts and leggings, and also because it was cold lately, so that's why. And also I actually love the color black. It's I just love the color black. So anything.
I'm
Can't
waiting
go
for
wrong
one
with
more
black.
also. I'm waiting
Fierce,
for more also.
bold,
Okay, no?
confident.
Okay, Raizel. Racist. Why you chose white?
Well, I think mostly because I felt dared to.
Interesting.
When you're looking at me, you're like white or black. I'm like, white.
White's a nice color.
White.
No one hates white.
It's
White's nice.
fresh.
But I usually wear black because I'm a mom and things get stained really easily. So I wear a lot of black. It's basically my uniform. But I do like white on me more than I like black. It's more my color.
Because it has the fresh, pure, divine vibes.
Yes, I like that divine vibe.
The divine vibe.
Makes me look tanner than I
Yeah.
am.
White
And-
does? You're pretty pale. I don't
And-
think. Okay.
No, but it brings out color in my face.
You're just kind of interrupting my
Yeah. No,
psychoanalysis.
please continue.
And the black, at one point in your life, as indicated by your shades, you were about the white, and then
I was.
the entertainment industry kind of jaded you a bit. You're like, I'm going dark on y'all, black, boom.
Well, I feel like a lot of times, like in the entertainment industry, it's sort of if you don't know what to wear, you don't have the exact thing, go with black. That's what they say, and I just have a lot of
Entertainment industry. There you go.
wardrobe there.
Tehran,
With that.
what are your thoughts, Tehran?
That Raizel's a racist, and I'm actually ashamed. I'm hurt. I thought she's family. And our bond is now in question.
it's
It's in
compromised.
question.
Yeah.
She looked me in the eyes and she said white. She looked me dead in the eyes and said white. And she meant just me. She didn't mean anything else. She's wearing black. She's wearing black, but still chose white. Hurt my heart. No. Raizel's
be
got
okay.
a wonderful, wonderful heart.
I was gonna say I looked you in the teeth, not.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. The white of my eyes? No, the white of my
your
teeth.
joke.
Crushing
Here's
on.
the
What
thing.
y'all
Your
crushing
joke.
on?
Here's the thing.
I can't say his jokes, by the way.
Yeah, no one can say my
Yeah.
jokes. We every week we choose a crush, and this is a crush that, if you have a crush on someone or something, it tells you a lot about you. The crush this week is a topic crush, like a topic. If someone brings up or talks about it, you kind of become enamored, or
Oh, like my favorite Pinterest boards?
yeah, which
Totally
is why
get it.
you have so many boyfriends. So the concept of a topic crush. What is the topic that excites you the most if someone brings up?
In general, or just right now?
In general. Or now. It could be anything.
I feel like just recently I've just heard so much about like astrology. I think that's so big now. Everything from art, jewelry, like clothing, it's just the topic of like the season. So I think that's pretty interesting. I don't know whether
what's your zodiac sign?
Oh, do I have to share this?
Is it that personal?
100%
She knows everything
do.
about
so
it.
personal. No, I'm kidding. It's not personal at all. I'm a Scorpio, so
Yeah, I don't understand why that was such a...
Because
no, I don't know.
Scorpios,
People react
they're
to
venomous. They're venomous. And so is,
People
by the way,
react.
Menachem
Your
is a
birthday's
Scorpio
in
as well.
November. George hid, so it must mean something.
Oh gosh, see what I mean? This
Yeah.
is why I didn't want to share.
Yeah.
You knew a rookie who was a Scorpio.
Uh-oh. But don't worry, I'm a Scorpio with some other rising
with
and moon and whatnot. So
Aquarius
it's all mixed,
rising and
it's all mixed
Libra
up.
falling.
There
and,
you go.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
according to the new signs, I'm a Libra. I'm not a Scorpio.
And
Oh,
according to
Libra.
the original signs, you're actually just a person who was born around November, technically
go.
speaking.
Oh,
So
you know your months. You know your months.
you in a 12th of the world. And then Raiz,
What am I interested in?
your topic that like it excites you, enamors you. If you hear someone talking about it, it's like, ooh, piques your interest.
First of all, I love talking about relationships. That's why I'm actually excited to be on this podcast or radio show. But something else that I'm kind of obsessed with is family dynamics and the whole idea of acceptance and love. And a lot of us, I mean, obviously I understand detaching from family for health reasons, whereas it's too much. But I also I don't like the whole blaming parents, blaming family. None of us are perfect. I don't need to punish myself and I don't need to punish them. Obviously, I could put up boundaries where they are needed,
Yeah.
but all with love, respect, and gratitude for what family has given me.
So what advice would you give to Tehran, who complains about not being born to a billionaire family?
Yeah, my family actually, I love them, but they actually weren't rich enough to actually have an effect on me. You know what I'm saying? Because like when people have rich parents, they're like, my father tried to buy my love. Like, my father gave me hugs. Like, bro, give me money, bro. Try to buy me off. I am for sale. I do not need more love. Tehran, we love you. I don't care. How about we pay your bills? How about we talk like that? My parents just, the dynamic is they were just there. Like, geez, can't
They
we?
were just
You know whose parents are good parents?
Who's
The
that?
parents who have mansions with pools. Such good parents.
Look, I don't think I'd say no to a mansion with a pool.
Exactly.
And I don't think anyone really would say no to a mansion
you
with
know?
a pool.
Well, I guess it makes sense. Y'all are in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I think it's.
No, he's Mr. Entertainment Industry. I define myself as an artiste.
I like it.
And then Raquel.
So I also work in the entertainment industry. So like right now, I would say my like month's like topic right now is Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
I just I just watched the first episode of season 1 last night.
Oh my
I
God.
finally gave in.
Yes.
but I have a lot
Okay,
of hours.
so then I can't say anything about it. We're gonna stop.
But look, I'm only going to the first episode.
She dies, bro. She dies. She gets hit in the head with a brick. She dies.
But the second episode really hurt me because I have a little puppy named Chaco the Cheagle. And when I saw what they did to those poor wolves,
I know.
I had a nightmare last night.
I cry every time. Animals, it's also like one of my topics.
Yeah, I had a nightmare about my puppy.
Oh my gosh. That's horrible. I'm really
Yeah, it
sorry.
was really dark. So
Like-
I don't know if I can finish all of it, but I'm going to
Like,
try.
are you like in movies or shows? Like, do you cry more when animals are hurt or like humans?
Humans still, but animals hurt
No,
me.
just asking because I know many
How about you? Are you more sensitive to
Truth
animals?
is, because on TV, it seems like you know that the people are actors, but animals, it really seems like they're suffering. So
Oh
somehow,
yeah, like they
that's-
should get a higher pay rate. The animals.
It's no, but like in real life, like on news, of course, like like you know, but like on TV shows, like it looks like animals actually suffer.
Yeah. The only reason you care that animals suffer is because they look like you. Like no one cares when a spider dies in a movie. No one cares. Chop off a snake's head. Everyone's like, oh, it's a snake. Because snakes don't look like us. But a dog or a horse or any creature that resembles us, even if it's an Ewok, we're like, oh no, not the poor Ewok. Oh my gosh. Oh, kill that stupid ant, spider, snake. I hate that thing. Shark. Ugh. Like, no. Those are God's creatures too, guys. Those are all.
No, I
I
don't
gotta,
know.
I gotta
animals.
say, did anyone watch Honey, I Shrunk or Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves?
Yes.
That old-
Yeah.
Yeah, that spider. Like, didn't we all tear up when it was helping the people?
No. That spider needs to die.
Oh,
It's like, that was a horrible
so
spider.
I don't know
I'm
why
too
I
young
thought
to
that.
know what
Horrible
that is.
spider. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. The concept of I'm too young to know. I'm too young. The concept. I got shamed once. I got shamed once for knowing a movie.
Yeah. That hurt me.
Yeah, it was a movie. It was
hurt me.
It was a movie from the early 2000s, and a girl was like, "Oh, I'm too young to know what that movie is," and it hurt my heart.
Which movie was it?
It was honestly, it was something like.
Bro, don't feel that bad. It was like Fast and the Furious. I
Yeah,
don't know why you feel bad
it was like some
about it.
2000 movie. It was like a movie
Something like
everyone
that.
should be kind of familiar with, and then she like shamed me and was like, but did it in such a real way. It was like, I don't know that movie. It's like, really, you don't know the Fast and Furious? Yeah, I think I'm too young to know what that
It
movie's
should have
about.
been like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I know.
It was something.
like,
It was
I'm too young
something
to
very
know
like
Harry
very like particular. It was crazy. So here's the conversation that needs to be had, right? When it comes to these topics, when you hear like, for example, because Raiz is married, so she talks about family dynamics all the time. But if you were around a guy who started bringing up astrology and it would pique your interest, would that like would you be more likely to entertain this person?
So interesting, because it would pique my interest. I mean, I'm interested in. I don't know everything about it to any extent. I'd like to learn more, but at the same time, I always sort of hope that they wouldn't bring that up in a weird way. At least not at the beginning. I mean,
Why?
just because I feel like a lot of times people judge based on that, just as I was just judged earlier. And
I didn't
feel
judge
like-
you. It was an inside joke between two of
It-
us.
it-
I know.
As a matter of fact, like 50% of my friends are Scorpios.
Oh.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't know how many of my friends are Scorpios.
But
'cause
like
I don't
like
care about their
50%,
birthdays. So.
it's like 50% Scorpio, and then the remaining majority are Tauruses, including Chaco the Cheagle. Then the rest are scattered.
I feel like I'd
Chaco's
be so happy
his dog.
if someone wanted to talk about astrology or anything. I like when anyone says anything about like, oh, I see you, I know you. I don't know why. I guess I
Really?
always-
But not
it's
if you're
like,
dating
it's really
them.
nice
Not
to
if you're
f-
like on a first date.
But I feel like in general, it's really nice to feel seen. If someone's like,
Okay.
oh, you're a Scorpio. Oh, I like
Aisha
that.
Curry agrees
That's
with you.
true. That is true. I like getting into it with like friends and
Yeah.
or way into because I realize pretty much all the relationships I've had or dates or whatever. After I find out later, usually they don't bring it up right away. But if I find out later, I'm like, hey, it's odd.
You were all the same.
Supposedly textbook.
Have you
compatible.
dated a lot of guys with a similar astrological sign? And
Not
and
the
what
same
sign?
one, but just
what?
the
What are
group.
what are this group of signs?
I think Pisces is the most compatible.
Pisces.
And then
I don't even know if I know any Pisces.
really, I don't know any.
What's
I
the plural
don't know
form?
any.
Pisces?
You're
Pisces?
going late
I'm a
February
I'm
into
a
March.
Cancer and Monocle's a Scorpio, and we're actually that's the best match for me. And I knew that when I was
Sorry,
dating
what
him.
was your symbol?
I'm Cancer.
Cancer. Okay.
And I knew that, and I already read up all on it, obviously. and and one day I was like, "Oh, Menachem, what is your sign? We should look it up. I don't know. I wonder if we're compatible." And like knowing very full well that we work very well, and then he was reading it like all excited. I was like, "Oh, really?"
It's a trick.
My way
So
of
you
getting
tricked him into
excited.
marrying you. Good. And then, what's your sign?
I'm Capricorn.
Capricorn. Yeah. So
I never ask people what their sign is.
My
Like,
daughter's
is
a
it-
Capricorn.
Like
January.
I'm the first day of Capricorn, like
So
December
December.
22nd. Yeah.
Sure.
Are we kind of, because I don't either, are we living with like a veil over our eyes? Should we maybe entertain this and just see what happens? Because I feel like
With
you can only
astrology.
gain, you can only gain more knowledge with astrology. And
Yeah, or just gain extra knowledge that you don't really need in life. Because you'll read, oh my God, you know what it said in my zodiac today? It said that today is going to be a tough day and that maybe there will be failure, but maybe there will be successes. And also, I'll breathe oxygen and then I'll drink water at some point and live my life.
It might help you understand others in your life. Like you can meet
Yeah.
someone, and everyone's not to the T exactly, especially because there's so many other factors of signs.
That was
Right.
good.
And then there are different interpretations by different people, new ones, old ones, whatever.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get the exact thing, but you will get like a picture, a basic picture about their personality. So if I hear that, Tehran, you're Aquarius,
I'm
right?
an Aquarius.
So that teaches me a little bit about
And apparently,
who he
I'm
is.
I'm very much an Aquarius.
Does it,
whatever that
it
means.
lines up with him? Would you say him being?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the expert on astrology. I've just
Well, I mean, you sound like you are, so I was just asking because I'm
Well,
new
I'm
to
a
this.
curious person. I have Googled it.
She's
I've read some
excellent
books.
at Google.
Look,
According to
I feel like she knows
Menachem,
I mean, look,
she's
I
excellent
trust
at Google.
I trust Google over my doctor. Like Google has been more accurate when something goes wrong. So people who use Google, I trust.
I'm a Google addict.
But if they, if because Rachel, you said now they change. I mean, I've read that before that the
I don't
signs are
believe-
actually
yeah.
changed. That's why,
I
like
don't-
now, I used to be really like interested in that, but then I just stopped because I'm like, no matter what, like all of our signs today, they might not even be the real ones in the end.
Sure,
so-
but I'll give
Yeah,
you another
there you
one.
go.
With what if maybe the signs have changed? Sure. However, the characteristics are exactly in place regardless. And so the characteristics and not the names, and names are all made up. So the universe is actually bullshit. All right, so let's talk about
Definitely bullshit.
yeah, let's talk about and if some guy brings up Game of Thrones, you're gonna talk to him? Like that's a
so-
cute thing for you?
Not necessarily Game of Thrones, but I'm saying like I like if the guy like has a lot of culture or at least interested in like learning about art or anything. And like I really adapt myself like to any kind of conversation. If I see the person is passionate about what he's saying, it's literally gonna make me want to like learn about whatever he's talking about. Like if I see in his eyes, he's like, whoa, then I'm gonna be interested. in
Yeah,
what he's gonna have.
interesting. That's
Passion is an
fun.
important
Passionate
piece for
people.
love.
Passion
Yeah,
is very
passion.
important.
Characteristic of Scorpios.
Cough, cough. Yeah, passion.
And that's why
That's why we're
Scorpios
friends.
are awesome, not being judged.
Can I just say her cat has the exact same birthday as me? It's like
You know, they're soulmates.
Soulmates,
They have a thing. They
Hold
have a
on. Your cat has the same exact birthday as Rachel?
bond. Yeah.
apparently.
Oh my gosh. I thought I wouldn't care and I was right. Like I didn't. Like I was like, oh my God. Because like as Raizel pointed out, I'm a curious person. I was like, would I care about this? I don't think I would. And then the more we talk about it, the more I realized, no, I don't care about it. I was right.
Sharon,
Love being right.
what
That's
is-
the quality of an Aquarius.
What is popping?
Popping or stopping this week? Popping or stopping this week is something I've seen actually more so this year than any other. It's a trend that men do. We want to know your opinion on. Popping or stopping this week? Jean shorts.
Popping means it's good, keep doing it. Stopping means, guys, it's not so cool. You should probably stop.
On
Jeans
guys or
on guys.
On guys, sorry,
A
jean
trend that
shorts
men do.
popping
Jean
or
shorts
stop.
on men.
Yeah.
a European
How short
thing,
are we talking?
right?
I mean, just first of all, the jean shorts that I'm imagining are the ones that are like ripped.
They're
No,
ripped
the
and
ones that
short.
ripped. And
Like a little bit above the knee.
yeah, a little bit above
I
the knee, but they
imagined
look
above
like
Some
good
guys
jeans.
can pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah. Some
I feel like
guys.
French
yeah.
guys
Name
can pull
3
it
guys
off.
that can
Yeah.
pull it off.
I just see them in the streets. I don't know them personally, but like I don't know. Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, The Rock. I mean, who pulls off
I
jean
think
shorts?
Leonardo DiCaprio would look great.
And Leonardo
in jean
DiCaprio,
shorts.
he's just Leonardo DiCaprio. However, if Chris Hemsworth wore a Thor costume, he's sexy. But if you and I wore a Thor costume, we would be homeless on Hollywood Boulevard. So, like, the concept is jean shorts on men. Popping or stopping?
I feel like it's slowly
Okay.
making its way into the trend. but I still can't envision it on most people I know. Maybe they
Yeah.
can
What if
pull
your
it
dad
off.
started wearing jean
Oh,
shorts?
no,
Oh,
please.
what
I don't
happened?
see
What
that.
happened to the guys?
It's just I always see him like in suits and like really
Yeah.
like that would be just no. I guess you're right.
Because my thing is this:
No.
when girls go, no, it could look good. Yeah, if you're talking about someone who's extremely good looking, anything could look good. Like literally anything. The guy walks around with a hammer, and it's like, ooh, look at that sexy hammer that Thor is holding.
That's who most of the clothing is created for. That 1% that's really good looking. And so yeah, jean shorts, they're popping.
Geez, only 1% of humans are good looking.
I'm going with
more.
one. I
It's
can
more.
agree. I don't know if it's that much more. We just think it's more because we're in LA. Have you ever been to Iowa? Like it's just a different feel.
So are we giving it an overall
Popping or
stopping?
stopping? You guys, each one.
Yeah.
Let's start with Raquel. Popping or stopping?
No, I'm popping.
Popping.
Yeah.
Raise.
Popping, but
Poppin'.
my dad's. I mean, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
So thank God.
Raise.
I feel like it's stopping.
Stopping.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 poppins, 1 stopping. I'm stopping it.
I'll give it
enough for me.
popping. All right,
I've
we'll
never
split
I've never
decision.
been a fan of guys wearing shorts in general. Like unless you have to, unless it's a particular reason, I'm just not a wear shorts. Like unless you're playing basketball or you're at the beach. Just guys wearing shorts have never been my personal favorite thing.
You've inspired me to buy jean shorts. I like being different.
Okay, so each and every week we get a question from the listener, and we try to get to all your questions. Please email us your questions at.
imperfectgshow@gmail.com.
So this week's question comes from Why Me Jenner. What they do is every week they come up with a anonymous
I
title.
see what they did there.
Yeah, Why Me Jenner.
That's cool.
Kylie Jenner, Why Me Jenner.
Yeah.
Cute. I'm dating a guy and I really liked him. However, he has had quite a past. We had a conversation and he has had more sexual partners than I would like to admit, and I do not feel so comfortable. I promised I wouldn't use this against him, but I can't help but thinking about it. What should I do?
She needs to know more about his personality besides for just how many partners he slept with. Sorry.
No, that's.
I feel
what
like
we wanna
sexual
hear.
partners, it could be making or break it, but it really depends on who the person is.
I agree with that. I feel like people can change as a general concept, and I think that if that's a part of someone's past, does not necessarily mean it's part of their future or present. And I feel like it doesn't, regardless of that being somebody's past, they haven't met the right person yet. So maybe you are the right person, and that's where it kind of.
Yeah, I agree with the whole right person, but I also agree that the right person isn't going to make you the right person. Like if you like to sleep around, and the right person's not going to make you not want to sleep around. That's what you like to do. You're going to have to stop sleeping around. You're going to have to get your shit together. And the same thing.
It's intuitive.
I mean, sorry, now I'm distracted. What is the question?
And then he said the same thing. He said that may not make you happy if you're not happy with the situation.
Well, the same thing is also like if you slept with a lot of people, then you're going to compare whoever you're sleeping with currently with the people that you slept with in the past. And I think you can't really get rid of that. I mean, I don't know, but that is there.
No, it's like I agree with everything you guys just said, and also, but I do believe that no one should be judged by their past. We all like deserve a second chance. But at the
Raquel,
same time,
a lot of people don't realize she used to be a stripper, and she just wants everyone to know that
Okay,
now
you
that
got
she's a
me.
conservative, observant Jew, she doesn't want anyone to judge her based on her stripper past.
exactly, you got
Yeah.
me.
So
But
now,
it could be that
the-
because of your past, now you met this woman and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I
but
wouldn't have
also
liked
the
you back
past
then. but
makes
because
you
I
who
went-
you are
Yeah.
today. Like, but you're right that it will be there, and there will be comparison. Like,
Yeah.
it's like so that's the annoying part.
But it's
like
part of their
it's-
journey.
Yeah, it's
There you
what is
go.
done is done, and
Yeah.
there is nothing.
I feel like at the same time, if it bothers her that much, to that degree, if you've talked about it and it still bothers you and it's not going to leave your mind, maybe it's not meant to be. But
So let's say that Wiley Jenner, we don't know if she's approached him yet about the situation.
I mean, I read the question.
So
you
let's
guys-
say she still feels that way. And we all say, communication is important in a relationship. At what point would you advise Wiley
Would you say
Jenner?
we all say communication is important in a relationship?
Yes.
No, lying.
Tehran.
Lying is important in a relationship.
Tehran, at what point do we tell Wiley Jenner, okay, maybe you're drilling the issue too much?
Why me?
Because
Why me?
why me? Not
I
Wiley.
think she needs to really get in touch with herself and ask her why it's bothering herself, and then from there ask herself if it's going to really, her relationship.
Okay,
in the
so,
future.
Raizel-
she needs to be honest with herself, and maybe she could find someone that she trusts to speak to about it. Maybe a therapist, maybe someone more holistic.
Let's look at Rachel. Would you
what I
ever
would do.
date a person who's had an inordinate amount? And what would that inordinate amount be? Because we don't know how many people is in this person's past.
Okay. Would I date a person?
Yeah,
well, I
so-
wouldn't know probably.
Let's
I
say
would
you've
just
met a
ask
guy
them.
and you like a guy
Right.
and everything's going, and then you start talking and that conversation comes up,
Uh-huh.
and then the person is like, I have had X amount of partners in my past.
I wouldn't feel comfortable about it. I tell
What
you
is
that,
X? What is X, first of all? What is an inordinate
No.
amount?
Okay, well, let's see.
We,
How many
as guys, we
girlfriends-
need to be
what's
aware of
What's
it.
the average amount of relation? Oh, I guess it doesn't have to do with
No, for you, what is
Just for
the
you,
X?
what would
Yeah,
seem
don't-
like
let's
too
not-
much?
There's no
what would
scientific
just be
answer.
like, okay, here, that's a
No,
lot.
I've heard some crazy things. I'd say like I've heard like
Sure.
20.
So would that bother you,
plus.
20?
20. I mean, it's a bit much, but I wouldn't say
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Like I have friends that have like had that situation and they were not feeling it, but
So 20 would be a lot for
that'd
you.
be a lot. Yeah, I'd feel like
I feel like 20 in LA is not a lot.
Yeah, I was
Exactly,
gonna
that's
say.
the
So
thing.
in
I feel
LA,
like
what
it's
is a
not
lot?
20 is
lot,
like,
but I
if you
feel-
think about it, it's like almost nothing. Like, what if a guy goes out like every single night of the year? You can
Okay.
literally.
Yo, what happens in
sure
France,
that's more.
bro?
I think 20
What
plus.
happens in
I
I
France?
thought you were going to say 100 plus.
Okay,
100 is a
that's
lot?
crazy.
100 plus is a sex addiction to me.
But 20, actually, you know what? It's funny because people be like 100 plus is a sex addiction, and I'm like, what if you're dating someone and then you've had sex 100 times? Would
was
that also be a
just gonna say.
100 sex addiction? Maybe you just, I mean, it's still the same act. But here's the concept. It's interesting that Raizel's the one who's married and is the one who's bringing up the fact that in LA you would think 20 is not a lot because of the culture of LA.
Yeah.
Even everywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have friends in France. Like
You're
they-
the expert of everywhere else, and that's why
It's
we have you.
necessarily.
I mean,
everywhere
they
else.
literally. I can guarantee, like, they're my age, and like they've had sex with like over 50 people probably.
Oh, wow.
And
Is
it's
that-
like
Oh,
normal.
are these your girlfriends?
No.
Oh, okay.
So-
'Cause
I
you're
mean,
like,
no,
are they
actually-
good
is
looking?
that-
Actually,
Like,
it's
what's-
not- I know guys
there any
and girls
good-looking-
who had.
So
And-
because I've never been to France, is that the norm, would you say? Social
No,
norm?
I know some people who've only had maybe like 3 or 4 partners, and like some others who went. It really
So
depends.
you have no
on-
virgin friends where you're getting at. Okay, got it.
No, but really, like, I don't know. For me, there's no average. It really depends on the person, honestly.
Yeah.
I know
Interesting.
girls that have slept with more than 20 guys easily.
Yeah, me too.
Are they good looking? Okay, so let's get to this. For Rachel, 20 seemed to be an inordinate number.
Yeah.
But for Raquel, what would be an inordinate number for you? What would X be for you?
For me,
Where it
honestly, I
makes
don't
you-
even think the number matters. It's like if they were first. It's like you said. Also, it depends if they stay like a long time with those people. Because what if the guy had like actual like 20 relationship where he was really attached to the person? Then I guess it's more okay than if it was just like 20,
Right.
19. But also it depends if he was clean, if he protected
It's
himself and
interesting
everything.
that women
right.
think
Factors,
that.
what
It's all
age
the
they are.
factors.
If you are 15
Also,
and have
yeah.
had 20 sexual, it's a lot for a 15-year-old.
Like, in-
Even for 20, it's a lot.
In 5 years,
But
so
then
much
as
can
you go
happen.
on, if you're 35, 20 it becomes less.
Yeah.
So is it
Right.
like an annual average? Is there like a safe annual?
Yeah, is it like 3 a year and you're good? And also, it's interesting because women will look at it and be like, "Oh, well, he had 20 relationships, so it's okay." And men would look at that and be like, "Whore," like she's a whore. Like it's a different dynamic in that that women
double
would
standard.
justify it with, "Oh, well, it was in the confines of a relationship
You know,
or
it
not,"
reminds me of
because emotions mean that much
20
more.
relationships is a lot more than 20 people that you just slept with. That 20 relationships is a lot.
Do you remember in like
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
when
even
did you have the
think it's-
time, bro?
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
just thinking now, like,
when I
that's-
answered that, I'm thinking more like relationship or
I mean,
someone.
You're
not
such a
a
sweet
relationship,
person.
but
I
like,
don't.
just like an attachment or something.
Right.
It's, I don't know.
So ultimately, what should Wiley Jenner do?
She needs to ask herself what matters to her and what she
Yeah.
thinks about him and his character and if it's going to affect the relationship.
Interesting.
Talk to
Good
somebody.
words to know. She did. She talked to us. So sharing is caring. We all know sharing secrets is the best way to have people know about you. Today's sharing or caring secret is first date. What was your first date like?
Are we asking?
First date ever?
Yes, your
Like in
first
our
date.
lives?
Yes. That would be the first date, yes. I know girls have this made up first date where it's like, oh no, this didn't count and neither did those partners. That's why it's less than 20. I get it. But no, the actual first date. What was your first date?
But what is first date to you?
Okay.
Is it like
what
the
is
first
the first date
kiss
to
or
you?
like
That's the
first...
concept. What is your first date? A first date that you've gone on. And then this is the
It's-
first time a panel has been so like, yo,
No,
this
it's
isn't
like
the FBI.
it's like a coming
This
to.
is
You
not the
know, when
FBI.
you're in school and then you get your first boyfriend,
Or
first
anything.
girlfriend.
It's like, oh,
And
this
then when
is
you
the
get
When we were in
older-
middle school, it's not like we could afford to go somewhere. We would just like hang out and
after
like
that,
be
when you go on
together.
your first
When you
adult
think
date,
of your first date, what is the first thing that comes to mind? What was your first date? Raise, do you know your first date?
I do. I mean,
I would love to hear it. Since Raquel and Rachel obviously don't know their first dates, they have to make one up really quick.
my first date. Well, I met Menachem on a train. That's because I've only ever been with Menachem. That's just put that out there. But I met him on a train,
Yes.
and I was with friends. He was with friends. I was going out. We just like wanted to go to the city, do something fun. This was
Where?
New York.
What city? New York.
New York, Brooklyn. And
love Brooklyn.
And you were on the
subway,
metro, the
going
subway.
with my friends, and one of my friends knew his friend. They got drunk at a concert together one point, and they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I recognize you. Yeah, whatever." And we didn't know we were going yet, and they're like, "We're going to this crazy parkour class. It's this great gymnasium. They have all kinds of really fun things in this building." And we're all like, "Oh my god, that sounds like a blast!" Because I mean, I love that kind of stuff. I've been doing gymnastics since I was really little, and to me that sounds, like it's like a candy store. So my friends are like, we should just follow them. We should go there, but we shouldn't go with them because like, ew. And they're like, yeah, come. And his friend was like, come with us. So I didn't think they would actually hang out with them. We were just gonna like go to the same place. So we followed them to this place, and we all hung out in the end, and it was fun. And then we went on the train back, and we hung out for a while, and then. So wasn't our first date, obviously, just how we met. And then a couple weeks later, I got a call from a matchmaker because that's how we do it. They called my mom. And
A shadchan.
Yes, a shot. And my mom's like, Menachem Silverstein, we don't know him. No. She's young and we don't like, I'd rather her date someone I know if I'm going to set her up. And then she called me. She's like, this guy, Menachem Silverstein, wants to go out with you. And I was like, oh, I know him. Say yes. And she's like, what? You're saying yes? So I'm, because I was always the kind of person that was like, nope. I'm just always very serious about relationships. And I never even wanted to bother dating someone I couldn't see a real, get married to.
Wow.
And I think that comes from my obsession of watching my sisters, my family, and wanting and seeing like, I'm like, true love doesn't exist if you are 1 minute in love with this person, the next minute this guy is the love of your life or whatever. You're just excited by everyone.
You were waiting for the
And I
perfect
was like, well, you
situation.
have to make a list with the perfect person that could be good for you. And I'm a complicated person, so this person is very specific. And I have in my head exactly. And so I would never wanted to go out with anyone. And then I for some reason, said yes. I think it's because my friends dared me.
Because destiny.
My friends were like, you're so picky. What do you think of him? And I was like, I mean, he's a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with him. Would you go? And then she's like, but he didn't even like you. And I was like, yeah, he did. So then when he asked me out, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go out.
It was a challenge.
That's how Raizel does most of the things in her life.
Well, it started that way in my mind. But then because she said he didn't like me, I was like, when's he going to ask me out already? So when the phone call came, I was like, yes.
Were you waiting for that phone call?
Yeah, because I was like, when's he gonna ask me out? Because my friend was like, he didn't like you, and I was like, shut up. He did.
Did you know at that moment that you were starting to like him?
Did you think about him every day until that phone call?
God, Menachem would love that. Not every day. I didn't know him yet. I really had a good time. That was the truth. We had a blast that night.
Interesting. Yeah, Rachel, Raquel, your first date stories are gonna suck compared to
Well,
that.
yeah,
so
I know. I was gonna say I
Yeah,
can't
like-
follow that.
we don't
up.
even want to get into.
But I
it's not
finished
destiny.
compiling the perfect date
Sure.
in my
What is
head.
the
and
first date?
no, truthfully, the first date that I ended up in like serious relationship. It was not your stereotypical date at all.
Did you go parkour training?
We went to a park, but we didn't go
Oh.
do parkour. I should have whipped that move out and just
Yeah.
flipping off the walls. But no, it was just someone at school, and we ended up hanging out, but like really just hanging out and talking. He lived 2 minutes from my house, so we ended up meeting up one day, and there was also conveniently a park right next.
That's
door
how
to
it
my
happens
house.
a lot.
So we just hung out. We ended up talking for
That's
I
how
think
it
was, like,
starts.
hours, and then
That's why my daughter's never allowed to hang
I
out.
said, "Peace out. We're just friends."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then we
peace
did that a
out.
whole bunch of more times, and like a few
And
months
then-
later,
and then
we
pregnant.
went out officially.
I have a
Yeah,
question
exactly.
for you guys. You
Yes.
guys believe there is the one, and then my question is like, how do you, in order to commit, you have to find like that perfect person. So whenever you're in a relationship, do not get in a relationship unless you think they're really perfect.
I believe the one is absolutely out there, and it's all a timing game. It's a
I hear you.
timing game, which is why I appreciated what you said
Yes.
about waiting, because that was very intuitive. Some people are, I don't want to call it desperate, but almost too eager to just force it, finding the one. But it's almost like you find yourself, and then the universe chills for a little, and then, Martin's agreeing with me, you're vibing.
I'm just saying, because my story with Menachem is even after we already met and I really liked him, it was really hard for me to decide to get married and everything like that. I was very torn between what I thought should be in my life versus what was, versus I saw it in the future. I understood exactly what would bother me in our future.
Right.
And I was like, how could I get married if I see that that's going to bother me? I want to get married to someone that nothing's going to bother me, especially if it's bothering me now. I'm like,
that's why we want to welcome you to the Imperfect Gentleman Show. So, my father once told me, he said, "Son, you're not going to find the perfect person, but you're going to find the one who's the most perfect." Words of the week, tribute to my pops. Happy birthday, by the way. And that stuck with me, and I think you can attest to finding the most perfect person.
it's about finding. It's
And
about.
that's
So I
your-
guess it came down for me. It's about finding my person. I felt like our souls match. Like, I'm imperfect, you're imperfect. You drive me crazy sometimes, and
Menachem.
but he's my person.
Boom.
He happens
I
to also be
believe
my
it.
best friend, but like that we have work to do together to make this work, obviously, and we're choosing to be each other's person.
It's
and
amazing.
I do feel like there is destiny that our souls match,
Definitely.
but it's also your choice.
Yeah,
I believe the
one,
same thing.
the
Duran,
believe-
what do you think about soulmates and destiny?
I believe there's the three. And here's the thing.
Gosh.
4 might be a little excessive, but 3. And then when you're gone, these 3 can get along with each other because you're busy.
I can't wait till you find her. You're going to shine. You're going to be so happy.
What? I find who?
Your soulmate. Or him.
I have found my. You know what? I have found my soulmate. It's Tehran. All right, so let's get into
But
the
when you're
topic.
dating now, do you feel like the person has to be perfect? Because maybe it's me, and I don't know why. I just like
I don't date now.
Okay.
He
What about
doesn't-
you guys? Do you guys feel like the guy that you're dating?
George
girl,
doesn't
whatever?
date. I don't
think-
date. We're off dating. We're done with
Oh,
dating.
wow.
We're off dating. We
I like
look.
it.
We like things
That's
to
a
be
good motto.
low
I
key.
know.
We like to be focused. We like to do things a certain way. And dating.
We're dating our careers right now.
We're
Amen
dating
to
our careers,
that.
and if we do have someone in our lives, we like to keep that part of our life extremely personal because it's personal to us. Like, people love posting forever and ever, and then it's like, bitch, you've had forever and ever on 4 different guys in the last 6 months. Like, how does that? Everyone's your king. You're just a servant at this point. Like, you might want to reevaluate that, Daenerys Targaryen. All right, so let's get into the topic of the week: getting married young love, and does it work out? So in Raizel's case, it seems that it is clearly, knock on wood, working out. Would you feel, Rachel and Raquel, getting married young would work out?
If it's the right person.
So how do you define the right person? We just had a whole topic about finding the perfect person
It's-
for you.
For me, like I guess the perfect person for me would be someone like looking in the same direction as me, and
Yeah.
like he has to be like a best friend, like a husband, a lover, a good dad for future kids. Like it's like a package deal.
That is true. What do you do? Like he has to be all these things. What do you provide?
I have to be like also a best friend, a good wife, like to support him emotionally for everything, a good mother, like a good daughter-in-law, like a good lover too, like everything.
George is in love, by the way. I know George. George is gazing like, oh yeah.
What I really liked what you said is about your willingness. You know, a lot of people ask, but your willingness to give was beautiful to me, because a lot of people sit down and they have their lists and all these, and you have to do this and you have to do that.
Yeah, I want a guy who's rich and tall and good looking and smart.
But it's refreshing
what do you do?
to hear someone be willing to do all the things they're asking.
But that's our culture. It's Prince Charming's gonna come and save you. Prince Charming, you're not Prince Charming. He's Prince Charming. You're Cinderella, and okay, someone who cleans the floor. That's our culture. That's what they teach you.
Yeah, that's actually part of my soulmate. She cleans the floor. Rachel.
What is the question?
The question is, do you think that getting married young would work?
I think it can work.
For you?
For me personally, I think I have to be ready for it. I don't think it would
So
work
that means
if
no.
I'm not ready for it.
So you're not ready for it?
No, I feel like, to me, like what I've been, and I completely respect and understand getting married young, and I think it's amazing for people that are want that, you know, and it definitely could work out. But I feel like the way I've been brought up is I need to first make sure I'm in a stable place, I'm in control, like I'm independent enough where I don't have to rely on somebody. That to me is important, and that to me is something that I...
Key word is independent. Do you agree with that, Raizel? Being independent, is that the key to a good relationship?
Being independent in your relationship?
Yeah, being independent.
I think we all have to be independent, no matter what.
Yeah. Not
But
necessarily
I wouldn't say,
financially,
but I wouldn't say that
Mindset.
really is... That
Not
means you're
necessarily
ready.
financially.
Being independent doesn't mean you're ready to get married.
It's the first step, I think, like for me. So that would
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I was always raised by my mom, my grandparents. It's like, you got to have your own way of making money. You have to learn how to be independent. Like, something could happen to your spouse, whatever it is, he cannot be making money.
God forbid.
Right.
You can't, or maybe he doesn't want to work, but you can't always be relying on other people. So I definitely agree with that. And also, it's just like you want to be in control of what you spend and whatever. You don't want to have to be like, can I spend this? I mean, so I am definitely raised like that.
No,
but
you want
I
a
do
Louis
feel
purse.
like a
I
good...
get it.
Other things first, trust me.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, that's too bad. I brought a Louis purse for you, and I thought you wanted that first, but I guess no, you don't.
Don't tease me. But I do think that that's not the most important thing for a relationship. Other things would come first.
Do you think that the older you get, the more difficult it becomes to make compromises?
I've only lived my life. But I do think, just from what my mom says and things like that, yeah, it's harder to be more open and vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen for us, George.
That's true. It'll happen if you want it.
day.
I believe things are about choices.
I would say that at least we have each other.
We have each other,
But
bro.
you have Menachem.
I do have Menachem. I have Menachem.
Menachem's going to be thrilled when he hears
Menachem's
this.
one of my
Yes.
three. One of my three.
But I could
George,
Three.
Menachem, and Ali.
But that's like the perfect person to share. Like if he brought in bad energy, but he has such a radiant light that I'm happy.
Yeah, these are my three girls. Menachem, George.
There's nothing
Ali.
wrong with divine feminine energy, and I have a
Yeah.
lot of it.
I know you do. I know. You're wearing a pink
From my
shirt. and
mom.
I appreciate it.
I like it. You've got this like intuition, and I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's so nice, right?
And who told me to buy the pink shirt?
I don't know.
Who was with me at Beverly
your work
Center?
husband.
Who suggested
It's
it?
destiny.
Your work husband. I did. I told him to buy the pink shirt because I want to emasculate him at every given time. Yeah. Did you buy the G-string that I told you to? Are you wearing it? I told you to wear it.
I didn't.
So when it comes to young love, a lot of times in our culture we idealize young love, but don't realize what it takes. What do you think young love takes, and what is marriage, Raizel?
I would say about young love is that I don't like the whole idea of like you could have everything. Like you could be 24 hours a day working, but also 24 hours a day being a mom, but also 24 hours a day putting time into your relationship and also keeping your house together. You can't be everywhere at the same time. So in any place, whatever it is, you're giving up something else. For me, I got married really young, so that means I wasn't in school or chasing my work dreams or whatever. But then I had to prioritize in my life what was the most important thing for me. And for me, it's being a mom. That doesn't mean that I don't have dreams and I'm not going to do them. I'm still doing my own things. I'm still working, but I had to prioritize. So people have to decide, what they want to give up.
I
what they
like
want
the
to have.
fact. Yeah, I like the fact that you prioritize becoming a mom, because I'm prioritizing becoming a dad, but for a dog. And I always have
right,
this
so
thought
here's
that when I'm older,
No, I hear you.
what's going to be the big return, And I do think that it is
Don't
wiser.
encourage this behavior.
And growing up with my father, who had me a little later in life, there was this age gap and there was this difficulty. And I will say I am leaning more towards, after hearing these insights, that my only stipulation is self-love and feeling like you've achieved what you've wanted, or through marriage you still have that lane to do it. Then I do think ultimately the sooner the better, from what I've experienced.
So, as people who need to know the truth, what are the things that you feel like you sacrifice in young relationships, and what are the things that you gain?
I don't know. So here's the thing. I don't think everyone I've come from a family of 8 girls, and I have 3 younger sisters.
Wow.
And all of them have a boyfriend, and all of them I don't want them to get married. I'm like, and they're like, we might get married to our boyfriend. I'm like, no, you're not. You are not marrying that guy. You are way too young. And
But you didn't feel like you were too young.
yeah, I was different. But when I look at them, my mom likes that I got married young, and she wanted my older sisters to get married young too. And she feels like the ones that did, they had an easier time in their relationship. That's just my mom's perspective. And I feel like also every relationship is different. Every person has their own journey. So I feel like this was just my journey, this is the life path I chose. This is my journey, and that's fine. I do feel with my sisters, and maybe I'm just being fearful because they're my little sisters, but I am a little afraid of them being like, this guy, he's the one. We're going to make it work. I'm like, well, because you said that about the last guy. Like, marriage, you can't get divorced tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm a little worried about that. But
What? You can't get divorced tomorrow. Take this marriage thing off the table. What's the last piece of advice you would give people who are looking for young love, Raquel?
Well, that's a tough one. Because it's like, what is it also like to look for? Like, what do you mean by looking for young love? Like, meaning
People, because there seems to be stages, and then we kind of discourage people who are younger and in love by saying, oh, it's just a phase. So what is people who actually feel like they found the one when they're young, what is your words? I mean, we have people like LeBron James, who's married to the girl he dated in high school. And then we even have like a Steph Curry and Aisha who've been married for a long time, and people are always just mocking and discouraging their relationships.
no one should discourage it. I mean, every person in a relationship is different. So like, if they found their true one like young, well, then that's amazing for them. And like Raizel said, like it's like then it takes it will take more work because like they're younger and everything, but it doesn't mean that it's not gonna work. Like, I mean, no matter what, no matter which age you get married, like marriage is
being
work.
committed.
Yeah,
If you're
exactly.
committed to it,
It's
then
about
it's gonna
talking.
work.
If there
If you're
is
not
no
committed,
communication, and also I believe in timing, like you said before. Like timing is like really like
George,
I believe
let's
that-
clarify for our listeners what George said before.
Oh yeah,
Nothing
George.
I
Yeah,
said
sorry, I
before
did
has been
because I
referenced.
feel
I'll gladly
because
take the credit for my profound words.
I keep forgetting it's audio. Sorry, but yeah, like it's like for me, I believe that everything is meant to happen. Like everything that happens is meant to happen. Like there is no like coincidence. So I really believe in the timing thing also.
Well, that's the thing. It's
Well
all about
said.
timing.
That was
Thank
really
you
well
so
said.
much. We appreciate your time for being here and being our female experts today. Of
And
course,
you did great for
They
the
were
first
amazing.
time
Thank
on
you.
radio.
yeah, it was so fun.
Thanks for having us.
Raquel,
Yes.
Raizel, Rachel. Where can people find you if you want to be found?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Sure, no one
Yeah.
knows. I know you constantly think people are in your head, Rachel. No one knows what you're thinking. What is your Instagram?
Okay, it's Rachel Benez, which no one spells right, but it's B as in boy. And Rachel is spelled with no A, just Rachel. Everyone goes AEL. So it's EL and then Benez.
And I'm Raizel Bloom, RaizelBlume.
And Raquel like underscore twill, so it's RA.
You're an underscore girl? We're
Yeah.
done with you. So
I don't even know. Like my sister made my Instagram.
it's
so
Raquel
long ago.
what? Underscore
It's
what?
RAQUEL underscore TUIL.
Interesting.
I think it's underscore.
Thank you so much once again. Each and every week we pick an Imperfect Gentleman of the Week who embodies the characteristics of Imperfect Gentleman. This week is Chance the Rapper.
What up,
Not only is
Chicago?
he a part of the Young Love Club with a kid, he also tweeted and helped bring back Wendy's spicy nuggets, and I love those. So thank you so much.
That's why.
Chance the Rapper. Hey,
But
you used your platform to inspire good. Wendy's nuggets are good. So yes, thank you so much, Chance the Rapper.
Okay,
Those spicy
that's
nuggets are
important.
amazing.
So they're better than the patty.
Oh wait,
than
way
the patty
better.
nuggets.
Amazing,
But not better than
amazing.
the Impossible.
There you go.
No, spicy
Now you're
nuggets are
repping.
way better than. But thank you once again all for being on the show. I am the impeccable, impenetrable Tehran Von Gosri. Find me all across the board at I Am Tehran because I am Tehran, IAMTEHRAN. Alongside,
It's Mr. George Corey Tehran. Spell the last name for
that's
everyone.
KHOURI,
Love it when
and
you
we
do that.
are
Imperfect
Imperfect Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Remember, nobody's perfect
But us.
We'll catch you next week. My man Martin on the boards.